Hey, all right, Brad McLeod here, SealGrinderPT.com. Just live here in my backyard. I just getting ready to head out to the dock, and just before I was checking some emails and had some questions I had questions from probably about 18 athletes, 20 athletes here the last couple days, asking a lot of different questions about fitness. But one of the questions that I got is, how can a Florida boy like you, I mean, this is where I live right now, I'm in Florida. You guys can see it's like 85 degrees out. How can a Florida boy like you survive the cold water there at Bud's? And, I mean, I had never, wasn't like I lived in Florida and I went up, skiing every winter or anything like that, man. I'd never really been exposed to cold water. So, I did try to train the best I could out in the gym. But yeah, when you get in that cold water out in San Diego in the summer, it's maybe like 72 degrees. In the winter, I don't know, man, it's like low 50s, and you throw in a little bit of wind or what have you. And, I had just not been exposed to that. So, I went through Bud's 2 times, right? I failed out the first time, class 125, finally made it through again in 132. And I was just going to give like a couple quick tips on what I did and what I saw out there when I was in Bud's. And I guess one of the biggest things that I learned from my swim buddy that was next to me is he's like, yeah, man, just think about the chow hall, thinking about getting in that warm chow hall, thinking about that next cup of coffee, and so that was the one thing. It's like a mental imagery. The other thing that I did later on, not as much in my own choice, but I had to take cold showers like on the ship, okay? Or I would get back out in the ocean when I trained the second time. I would get back out in the ocean without a wetsuit, swim along the shore, in training, what have you. So I tried to get myself used to other environments that were, put myself in a lot more uncomfortable situation. I know there's like, what is it? You guys can see my backyard right here. It's a big kind of a prairie lake, all kind of alligators and stuff. But yeah, there's the Wim Hof method that's out there. We're going to post up some links down below with the article. So, and then, I would think probably the last thing I would throw in there real quick is just to get in the dreaded ice bath. Just go ahead and go full gonzo. And for a lot of athletes, though, that's actually really good. I'm not a doctor or anything, but in terms of inflammation and all that, you finish up a good hard Murph workout, hey, you jump in an ice bath right afterwards. So it does shock your system or what have you. And so I think those are 3 things that I would do if I were going back to Bud's again. And that's how a Florida boy who I shook my ass off in Bud's, even in the winter class I went through, in February. I mean, I ain't gonna lie, man. There was many a time where I thought I was gonna have to quit. And because of the cold, that was one of the hardest things for me. So anyway, that's 3 good tips for you there. I'm Brad McLeod, SealGrinderPT.com, and I am